Welcome to Western Reserve News, and you're watching the highlights of meetings that we're doing this week. This is the week of September 14th, 2015. On Monday, Western Reserve News was at Perry Township and at Goshen Township. On Tuesday, Western Reserve News was at the Poland Village Council meeting. On Wednesday, Western Reserve News was at the Canfield Board of Education. The Canfield Board of Education started off with a presentation.
My name is Richard Duffin. I'm a Canfield alumni, and we started a golf outing with a bunch of friends that played for Coach Bova and Coach Rye. We've been playing together for a number of years, and when it came to one of our reunions, we decided to turn it into a fundraiser for the school. We thought it would be 1 year, and we would do that, and now this is the fourth year. And with this check today, it'll bring a total of $66,000 that the alumni have contributed back to the school just by getting together and playing golf. But it's a lot of alumni, mostly from 76 and 77, and it's expanding to different groups, and we try to support as many extracurricular activities as we can at Canfield local schools. So we're hoping that we can get the committee, several committee members that are up here. We have actually 2 presentations to make.
Could you introduce the people who helped you out here?
If everybody stand, and please, I'll let everybody introduce themselves and say what year they're from. Canfield.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Some don't want to admit. Jordan, Bova, board members, on behalf of the Canfield alumni till open, those present, those aren't here, we'd like to present a check for $26,230. The committee has broken this up into 18 different entities that this will be supported. In addition, we put $2,000 aside to start growing an educational endowment, and as I mentioned earlier, that brings the total to $66,000. So I'm very proud to present this to you. We also do a memorial at the beginning of the golf outing. This year, in salute to, in memory of Mrs. Eddy, we decided, and the Eddy family purchased this, and we'd like to present this to the school. This is the first Shirley Eddy Memorial Trophy. This will be presented to the winners of the Till Open every year, and it was decided by the committee and approached to Mr. Jordan that if we could display it at the school to remind people of all that the Eddies have done for the school as partnership, but also to remind alumni of how they can get involved, because we're trying to get as many alumni involved with this Till Open as possible, so maybe seeing this, then they would have something to get involved. So it says first place team, and you can see the plaque of the winner, so we'd like to turn that over to you as well. So, thank you. Boxes are where, Sean?
There's stuff involved.
Oh, right there, so we'll just...
Wonderful. That's better than some of the LPGA and PGA championships that I've seen. It's pretty heavy. And, you know, over the past few years, I know it's a labor of love by all of you. You know, heartfelt gratitude, appreciation, scholarships that have been given, opportunities for our youth, and without your support, much less has been available for our kids. So, again, thank you very much. I know a lot of booster groups have been involved now. The kids have a lot of fun seeing you old-timers come on out. Seeing all of us come out and just laugh at us and along the way, how bad we are, but just the camaraderie that's there and just family atmosphere. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
an explanation of what that middle school fire was all about.
Do me a favor and explain what the incident was, in case there was somebody out there who didn't know.
In case there was somebody out there that did not hear, we had a small electrical fire in one of our HVAC heating and air conditioning units on the top of our cafeteria. Immediately once it happened, some smoke started filtering into the cafeteria. As soon as we addressed and saw that there was an issue, fire alarm was pulled, fire department was called, every student was evacuated safely out of the building, and once the fire department got there and determined that it was a problem that was going to take a little bit of time to resolve, we moved everybody from C.H. Campbell up to the high school where they were held. Parents were contacted, and sign-out procedures started with everybody. So it was a challenging situation today, but honestly, everybody rose to the occasion, and it went as smooth as you possibly could have expected it to.
How long did it take for them to get there?
The fire department, they were there within 3 or 4 minutes. So it was a very quick response.
And the building was evacuated before they even...
The building was evacuated within 2.
Best comment from a staff member today, and I heard it turn. I didn't see who said it. We're going to figure this out. But and by quoting her, isn't it nice to see everybody coming together, getting the job done, and being effective? And that's the bottom line. Absolutely. So.
One Canfield resident wants the Board of Education to stand by their published beliefs.
Here in this small little town, so I get the business of running businesses, but sometimes I think we are taking the human resource part out of this running this Canfield School District business. And what I mean by that is our human resources, our students and our staff. And making sure that we use these beliefs and we use them as a litmus test to make decisions, to accept his recommendations, I think will make sure that we're making the right decisions. Because I'm not sure, and I know that we cannot discuss particular people or those kind of things, but I'm not sure we necessarily did that. And really think about it, and I challenge you all to do that, because...
Can I point one out, and I don't want to interrupt you? One of those beliefs is treat others like we want to be treated.
Exactly.
And that's a key one to me. And everything that I prefaced going to opening comments leads to that.
And you'll see that's one that I have starred.
Yep.
There is also one that says, we believe in clear and honest and open communication. And I think it's important that you know anytime that there's an issue, you've got a room full of people. Now, I'm a person who I come, and you guys typically see me, I'm 1 or 2 of you guys and me sitting here. So I attend. But I also think it's important that if we use these beliefs and we use this vision and mission to make our decisions, there will be no question as a community where we came up with those decisions. One further question. I understand the special assignments and how that all works, and I get it. You guys have to make those decisions. Who is the person responsible for communicating to the employee what that special assignment entails? Is that you, or is that the principal? Who does that?
The way the specific issue that you're talking about?
Or, I mean,
I'll try to complete the statement. It was joint effort for the entire CVMS administration and Central.
okay.
And when someone hears that and understands that and doesn't follow what's being told of them, there are other ramifications that take place.
At the Poland Village Council meeting, a grandmother tells of her grandson receiving a bacterial infection after wading in Yellow Creek.
We'll work with Stephanie and hopefully get some avenues opened up for you.
Okay. Well,
And tell us where
Okay.
you live, please.
oh yeah.
For those who don't know.
Barbara Stacy out of the 4885 Arrow Road, Poland Township. My grandson, Cody, was in 7th grade last year. On November 7th, they were back here on this playground and going over to Kravitz's, okay? And as he was running through, he slipped and went down that embankment. Okay, and there was evidently a big tree stump or something sticking up. So it caught him on his knee, ripped it open, and he landed in Yellow Creek. Okay, so he called me immediately. I was subbing at Union, and he said, Grandma, I'm really hurt. So I come flying down here, and the boys, I don't know how, and the girls carried him up from that, and it was very, very steep down there. Got him in the car, took him to the hospital, got here to Akron Children's, and they said, we cleaned it out as best we could, but you never know about creek water. So just watch him. So I was going to have him the next day when his mother went to work. So when I got up there, he goes, well, my knee's really hurting, Grandma. And I looked down, and I said, where's the thermometer? We got to take his temperature. It's like 103. Called Akron Children's. They said, get him here immediately. Got him up there. They lanced it. They worked on it, and the doctor came out, and he said, there's something very horrific in his knee. And we can't do anything. You have to take him to Akron. So we called Akron, got him up there. He was there 13 days, 3 operations. And their doctor up there, Dr. Shanker, is the infectious disease specialist of the world. They were very lucky to have that man up there. He came over and he said, in Cody's leg is human fecal, animal fecal, E. coli, and the 4th one, we can't name it, but I have sent it to Asia, Africa. I've sent it to every one of my colleagues in the world. I got one response. They don't know the name of it, but it's horrific. So he said he's got to be on a PICC line for 9 weeks at least, and he said, all I can tell you is the antibiotics that I'm putting in this PICC line are going to definitely kill the human fecal, animal fecal, E. coli. This one we don't know. But thank God he's not a diabetic, because he probably would have lost his leg.
And the EPA said that Yellow Creek has a higher than acceptable bacterial count.
So finally, somebody in the dog warden was nice enough to help me out. This lady, she said, here's what I'm going to tell you to do. She said, you got to call the EPA. And I got the EPA's number, so I called the EPA. And the lady there was very nice, but she said, I don't know what to tell you to do. She said, because, well, you know, there's no money for this. I said, no money? I said, I just want to get the water tested. I just want to see what's in this water. So she said, well, you're just going to have to call somebody. I said, that's okay. I'm done. I said, I will be in the Vindicator, and I'm going to call all my 3 TV stations. And I said, I promise you, if nothing's done, I will be on Matt Lauer's show. I promise you. I'm not giving up on this, because there's many kids that play in this creek, and they shouldn't be in there. There's no way on earth anybody should be in that water. So I said, that's okay. I hung up, not within 1 minute. I looked down at my phone. It was the EPA. And Gerald Orr is the head of the EPA. And he said, can you tell me what happened? He said, you have to understand, we get prank calls all the time. That's why we don't call people back. I said, really? I don't think that's very good business. I said, I taught 40 years. If I would have left a message, I'm sorry I'm away from your children right now. Please leave your name, number, and message, and I'll call back, get you back as soon as I can. I'd have lost my job. How can you people never call people back, and how can you never be at your desk? I don't understand that. I didn't call 1 day. I called 5 days, morning, noon, and night. I said, if it wasn't for the lady at the dog warden, I don't know what I would have done, because nobody helped me. Nobody. So I told him what happened, and he said to me, I could hear his voice cracking. And he said, I have an 11-year-old son. I can't imagine him going through what your grandson. He said, no, you wouldn't want to. So he said, I'm Stacy, can you get a hold of Cody? I said, yes. And he said, I will be up there tomorrow, and we'll go down there, and we're going to test this water, okay? So within a week, no phone call, I call him immediately. He goes, oh my God, we just got the results. I was just going to call you. He said, we're very concerned when your bacteria count in any water in Ohio, anywhere, is more than between 200 and 300. Cody's was 8,400.
When was this?
November 7th.
Did we ever know about this?
No.
No, because I had nobody helping me. Christine, the reason nobody did, I called Tim.
Wait, I never heard hear about it.
Okay, I told him, and I said, I had the water tested. I had to wait now he said, here's what you have to do. He said, we got the water, here's your results. I'm going to give it to the EPA. To your Ohio ones. Pat Sweeney called me. She said, I'll do everything I can with you. I called 2 other agencies, and they said, what we have to do is, we have to wait, because now it's so cold. He said, you're going to have to wait till next spring.
Thank goodness it froze over last year.
Right. Then the horrific water came with all the rains in May and June. He said, I have to have 7 solid days of sunshine before I can retest again. I said, okay. I said, that's fine. But I said, he said, I promise you I will back up there. And he and Pat Sweeney's assistant both came. And they said, we'll help you out any way you can. I said, because there should be no kids. Yeah. Sure enough, we go down to test. There's 6 kids playing around there. One of my students homeschools her children. And she took them on a field trip. The little girl slipped and fell, and she has Mercer of the Year. So I said, they've got to do something. I brought the results from that. He retested, it's 280. He said, but it always fluctuates. So I said, somehow they've got to barricade, do something. Put something over this water. And I went to the township, and Jim Charvelli said, well, it's a big distance. I said, but it's a kid's life. Because the next time, the other's not going to be as happy. I said, there's so many wonderful people in Poland. I've lived here all my life. I know if they can help us out. I don't care. Those kids are in that creek. And Mark Cabell said, Barb, don't you remember at the high school, the big joke was, maybe you remember, Christine, was when you got a big, big rain. Those kids couldn't wait to go home, get their kayaks, get their inner tubes, and they were down this thing all the way to Struthers. And whoever had the most leeches on them, Dr. Brine took off the leeches, and he counted them. Whoever had the most leeches won that day. So I said, you see, they're all in there.
Yeah.
And I heard that the cross country does training through there. No way this can go on. I'm telling you right now, no way, because he said that water, I talked to a professor at YSU, he sends his kids out here every year. He said it's the worst reading anywhere.
Oh.
Yellow Creek in Poland has the worst reading of any area.
At Goshen Township, let's hear the EMS and Fire Report.
Goshen Township trustees here. August 2015 report. Damascus Fire month of August. We had 41 calls. EMS was 29, 16 in Goshen, 9 in Butler, 3 others, and 1 in Knox. We had 12 fire runs. And again, whether you're a resident or not, please wear your seatbelt when you come through and at all times, please. The department responded to a large barn and garage fire. It appeared to be burning for quite a while before anybody noticed it and got a call, but they did save the house and the things in the house. So it was a shame because that was a 100-year-old barn and shed that we lost. So, but Derek wants to thank everybody that was involved in all the other departments for the great help and response that they got and to do that. So, again, please, no open burnings, because if it's get complaints, we have to put it out. So, if you are going to burn, don't burn trash, furniture, plastics, and things like that. So, we appreciate it. We've had lately runs at our local trailer parks that are not calls that they should be calling an ambulance for. They just want to ride to the emergency room. They don't feel good or stub the toe, absolutely the calls are not warranted. An ambulance call. But we've been getting quite a few of them again. So I just wanted to report on that. And most important, we're always accepting new applications for membership. So please, if anybody's interested, contact Derek, and it's 330-853-4418, please. We're always looking for good help. Thank you.
Should a church service be held at the Goshen Township Hall?
Well, we had a request from a gentleman that's here tonight that is interested in running our hall here every Sunday for starting a church. I've mentioned to the other two trustees. I don't know if you want to say a little bit about what you're trying to do, or
just for worship services and preaching of God's Word every Sunday for the people in the area here. Traditional hymns, basically, and so it'll be open for everyone, kind of type of thing. And that's what we're kind of just want to get God's Word out on a regular basis, you might say, and make it public for people. And worship service and regular traditional hymns too. So that's basically it. And for 10 2 hours segment, hopefully from 10 to 12 each Sunday, and just kind of present that as my see if that'd be possible.
okay. Was you thinking about having any type of Sunday school too, or?
Probably. It could be Sunday school. Yeah, probably join together with the worship service. Not with the worship service, but right before. Sometimes it might be a little special, like on Easter. We might have like a special presentation of something, DVD or something, that sort of thing, and as well as a message. But we might, like Christmas too. Christmas, there'll be special times during the year that there are special events, and maybe from time to time having a collective meal together. People that come get to know each other a little better that way after the service is done. And so that's basically what we're asking for.
I mean, I think it's a great idea what you're doing there. I think in my opinion, I need to check with the prosecutor, this being a government building, where we legally stand on something like this. It's never been brought up to us before. It's sort of a new thing that I've been asked about.
I have been involved with my uncle in the New England states, in town halls, and they've done that before, and now it's been years back, but whether it's still the same, I'm not sure.
Like I said, I don't have a clue on that. I think that's our next step is, before we discuss it anymore, is to find out if it's even a possibility or not before we go any farther. So. Okay.
And Goshen Township decides to invest.
The Star Ohio account, which has had 43,000, it's 43,765 today, but I don't think we've ever touched it in 7 years. It's earning 0.11%. So basically a tenth of a percent. The banker and I recommend that we close the Star Ohio. We put that money in checking, and then we convert the checking account from a public funds interest-bearing account to a commercial analysis fund. That's just paperwork. It doesn't change the checks, it doesn't change the account number or anything like that. Then we can take $200,000 of that money, which will then be around $700,000 in checking. $200,000 into a 2-year Cedars account, paying 0.804%, which is like 40 times what we're getting on our checking account. And then we invest $100,000 for 1 year at 0.501%. And then we invest at least $100,000 in the money market, which will pay 0.08, which again is 4 times what we're making. And we always need to keep about $200,000 in checking. But as money increases, we can pull some out of checking, put it back into the money market. Or if we need money, we take it out of the money market and put it back into checking. It's a manual effort. It's not like our old sweep account where it was automatic. We have to do it. And if we do that, we'll make a whole lot more on interest, although it's still not very much. But it's a lot more than we're making today.
Perry Township leaf pickup, and the pancake breakfast probably won't happen until November.
Leaf bags at Home Depot, October the 17th. You need to show your driver's license. Leaf pickup will begin on November 2nd on the north side of the township for 2 weeks, and then move to the south side of the township on November 16th for 2 weeks. These must be in bags that can be lifted into the truck by one person and must be curb-sized. Sticks and twigs should be bundled separately and will be picked up at a different time. Is there any other new business we need to discuss?
These leaf bags, I believe I read in the paper that they're going to have a coupon put in your water bill, people that get city water. And then you'll take that to the Home Depot. Was it 9 to 2, Susan?
I don't know the time.
I think that's what it said in the newspaper, 9 to 2 or something like that on October 17th. If you don't have water, then take a driver's license.